Mm. Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Money Hungry Mama podcast. I am so excited because I have Amy here today. Amy, take it away.
Hello. Well, again, my name is Amy. I am the owner of Amy's Makeup Artistry here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I am actually originally from New Jersey,
Hmm.
born and raised. I moved into Tennessee in 2016. So my now husband got a job opportunity and that's when I moved. Basically, I've always loved makeup. Ever since I was a little girl, I would rummage through my mom's makeup, did her makeup, and I thought I was good at that time, but looking back, I probably wasn't. But anyway, I always loved it. And then as I got older, I would practice on my friends, going to prom and all that stuff. But it really took over when I moved to Tennessee. I would say the first year was more of like a play era for me, like
Hmm.
just, getting people to do their makeup for fun, but then thinking to myself, well, I'm in a brand new state. I can possibly have a brand new opportunity to do something that I actually really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So I started, like I said, just doing that a little bit. But then it really took over in 2017 when I moved to Knoxville. So when I moved to Knoxville, I was working at a production job. I work in true crime.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
So I was doing producing and I had a friend there who actually was a makeup artist herself who had just moved as well. So we both met at this production job and I don't know, I just kept having this like feeling of like I really want to get out there doing the makeup. I really enjoy being that creative side. I talked to her and I was like, "Hey, would you want to like team up and maybe like start doing like bridal makeup? Like how cool would that be?" Cuz again, she was looking to do makeup, but her
Hmm.
makeup was more production, like
Yeah.
TV and stuff like that. So she wasn't thinking about bridal. I always liked bridal because I remember for my wedding day, getting my makeup done, feeling gorgeous, that that feeling you get when you're all done up and I wanted to give that to other people. So I talked to her and she was like, "All right, let's like brainstorm." So me and her really collaborated and we came up with NV Beauty. And we started to just go on these vendor sites. We started just, putting our names out there. Fortunately, though, we started in 2020 when like
Oh my
worst
gosh.
time to start a business,
I
especially
know.
weddings. But we had a few. And so, we wore our masks and we started doing it. And yeah, and then we just kind of started doing that. I was a little rusty at first. I had a lot of I had to do a lot more training because
Mhm.
again, I wasn't it's not like I went to school for this.
Yeah.
Did start taking classes and did online training, but I think just practicing, I just got better and better.
Yeah.
But anyway, so me and her did that for about a year or 2, but then at one point, we just decided, like we were still, like, really good friends, but we were just like, "You know what?" She was doing hair and makeup, and I can only do makeup, I couldn't do hair. So I was like, it wasn't fair to her for her to only do hair and me just to do makeup. So we just kinda decided to, like, kinda do our own thing. And that's when I was really on my own, and that's when
Hmm.
I started to do I just said, "All right, I'm gonna start my own thing and be Amy's Makeup Artistry." So, yeah, I just started, putting myself out on, like, Wedding Wire, The Knot, those are, like, bridal venue sites where vendor sites where people would go and they would look for the vendors that they needed for their wedding. And, yeah, I just, I would practice on my friends. I would obviously do discount rates, starting out. But then over time, my name really started to get out there, referrals. I would just network with other makeup artists. And yeah, now it's like, almost like a full time job for me now. Like, almost like construction. There's busy seasons and slower seasons.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that with the wedding seasons, right? Right now, October, I'm like really busy, but
Yeah.
December, it'll be crickets a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So are you still doing true crime producing?
So I was up until September. They did major layoffs.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Honestly, at the time in my life, entertainment, I always thought I was going to be in entertainment, but over time, I kind of lost the passion for it.
Yeah.
I just was like, eh. And so unfortunately, the business in itself, like production's kind of going downhill. So they just did a major layoff, which for me, it was almost like God was saying, okay, this is like a door to close so I can focus more on my makeup business, which I loved.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, I love when things happen and we get pushed. So the door closed this past September, right? So we're talking September 2025. So
Yes.
this is month 1 of all in on Amy's makeup artistry. And how are we feeling?
I'm feeling really good, actually.
Yay! Okay.
I mean, to be honest, like I said, October for me is my busy I would say October and May are usually my busiest months for doing
Mhm.
makeup. So, right off the gate, like, I got let go of my job, but I was like, I didn't really feel the impact because I just had weddings back to back to back, and I'm still, like, finishing that out, and even in November, I have several weddings. I feel like I have more time for people that, like, they have events. I
Yeah.
actually had a and I randomly enough, I did have a wedding yesterday, which was a Tuesday, so people are getting married on weekdays too, and now I'm able to say yes.
Yeah.
Before I couldn't because I had that corporate production job, where I
Mhm.
had to say no because I had to be online to, work,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously. But so, yeah, so now I feel like when people ask me to do something, I could do it. I even have a couple of boudoir shoots. So I work with a couple boudoir
Fun.
photographers. So I'll do makeup for that. So I have that during the week. So it's a lot of like small things, but I feel like they're adding up and they're helping. Yeah.
100%. And especially, I love that she just brought this up too, collaborations. Like, she's collaborating with photographers and studios that, women really want to feel beautiful in those. And I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody's ever done them. I 100% recommend that you at least do it once because you'll never be as young as you are listening to this right now. So
Right.
go try that out because I think that was one of the scariest things I've ever done. But like,
You've done it?
yes, I did. And I felt
That's
so good
awesome.
after. I was like, oh my gosh,
The one photographer I know, she wants me to do one, and I'm like, "I don't know," but, like, honestly,
do it.
it does give women such confidence, and
It
I
does.
love that.
It
Yeah,
it gives you such confidence, but also, like, you look at yourself and you're like, "Oh my god, I did that." Like, I was able to be sexy in that moment, and it's just like, from being in messy buns and sweatshirts and sweatpants all day, it's kind of nice to see that other side of you still exists
yeah,
after being a mom.
yes, I agree because I felt like for a long time after I had my kids, I felt like that part of me died, right?
Yes.
So but and I see that for a lot of other moms, like, I would do their makeup, and then, like, the photographer would start shooting them, and
Mhm.
I could see them just, like, glowing and also the photographers usually make it very comfortable for them, so
Yeah.
it's not like, "Oh my god, I'm not sexy," but, like, no, you are, you just have to be shown on how to pose and, like, do
Yep.
all so
100%. Any
mhm.
Any mom listening right now, this is your sign. Go book the shoot and just have fun doing it. And you don't even have to give it to your husband. Just like do it for you to be like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm still that girl. I'm still that girl that I was all those years ago that was confident. And I love that. I love that. Okay, so love the collaboration. So now everybody listening, I just want to kind of go in for a second. So Amy, this lovely, beautiful human right in front of me, was one of the first people that I asked to be in the Money Hungry Mama book. So pre-podcast, as we know the story, it was, 2024 that I was like, had this crazy idea that I'm going to write this book and I want to put other moms in it. And before having this, this, what is this? A soapbox. Before having the soapbox to be able to sit here and talk to you all, I asked Amy, and hands down, she was like, "Yeah." I was like, okay, I'm gonna put you in a book." And she was like, "Yeah, what do I need to do?" And I just was so excited because Amy and she had said earlier that she lived in New Jersey. We met through a mutual friend named Kate, who is this gem of a human. Kate was the type of friend where I went to my first ever vendor event and she sat with me for 8 hours. No compensation, no nothing. She just sat there with me just so I can get out there and I wasn't alone. Even now, if I'm like, do you think this is a crazy idea? She goes, always, but just do it. And like, she's like that type of friend. So she introduced Amy and I, which just happened to be that we both became these entrepreneur queens. So we were like, I was like, I need you in this book. And so now when the book comes out September 1st, 2026, you will see all about Amy in the book as well. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and shout out to Kate because I
Yeah.
love she's a angel of a human.
Oh my gosh. The best of the best. Everybody needs that one friend that's like, no, yeah, you're psycho, but just do it. Like,
Yeah.
why not? No, like you're actually crazy, but just do it. No,
Yes,
it's
I
so
agree.
true. So, okay, so I love this. So, and I love that we're talking right when you went full in because I think, you know, we talk about this on the podcast all the time that, it's not something that you should absolutely do every single time. You really do kind of need to work too, just so you're not going all in and you're struggling and it's hard. And, this way you're not crying for money at the end of the day, because we've all been there. Who hasn't been there? But I love that we're talking to you now because you have built up your makeup business to be booked with weddings that you didn't even notice that the job was gone, which I think is incredible. So now that you do know that you have these like slow months, right? What are some things that you're thinking of bringing in to kind of make money during those months?
I guess a lot of it too is like special events, like,
Mhm.
people have like winter parties
Yep.
or family events or family photos, like Christmas photos and stuff like that. So it's really putting myself out there to advertise, like, hey, that mom, like, you need to get your makeup done to just,
Yeah.
just to even get yourself pampered and feel nice. And so you look really great for those like family photos. So that's kind of like what I'm leaning towards. And again, I think I'm still going to lean in towards the boudoir photography because that's ongoing. A lot of these photographers, they're just, yeah, they're booked out in like March till March or April of next
Mhm.
year right now. And so I think like leaning into that, but I'm just very open to like, it's not just bridal, I do specialize in bridal, but I'll do anything that, anybody's like, "Hey," or "I just wanna go out with my husband." I've had husbands reach out to me saying, "Hey, I wanna buy my wife a certificate to get their makeup done it's for date night." I thought that that was so cute. I was like,
That is
"Yeah,
so
sure."
sweet.
Yeah, so fellas, I mean, if you're thinking of something to get your, like, wife, or
Love that.
whatever, just to get their makeup done, like, that's also a good, like, gift idea.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
For your mom, grandma, like, grandmas in the house too need to get their makeup done and feel glam.
100%. I was also thinking, and you could be like, "Brittany, you're a psycho, stop." But you know how I get.
Never.
I was thinking that you can also offer I wish, okay, guys, this is a Brittany moment of wishing that I had this, and I'm gonna try to make it into existence for all of us. I wish there was somebody that would come to the house and, like, me and my friends could sit there and they would teach us how to do our makeup. Like,
Yes.
doing at-home parties because, not for nothing, like, I don't have thousands of dollars to go and drop in the makeup store, but you have a ton of different products that you can come and be like, "Okay, like, which ones were you kind of thinking about?" And then you leave knowing it's almost like Mac,
Mhm.
but instead of being at Mac, you can do it as a girls' night in your pajamas with a bunch of wine and makeup all over the floor, and it's just like a fun girl sleepover without the sleepover part, unless you want to, go for it. But you know what I mean? Like, I just think that that would be really, really fun because I wish I knew how to do certain things with my makeup, and yes, you could do YouTube, but it's not the same as, like, having all the products in front of you being like, "You could try whatever
Yeah.
you want."
It's actually funny that you say that because I have been getting recently, thank you for reminding me. I've been getting recently tutorials, like requests to do tutorials with them. So next week I'm going to a house
Yay!
with this woman and her young daughter. They want me to teach them how to contour. So
Yeah, I have no idea how
okay.
to do that.
Yeah.
None. I
So
see
I'm
that
like,
brown
sure.
stick and I'm like, "That's not happening." I will look like
And then when in the process you're doing it, you feel like you look like a clown, but it all comes
there you
together.
go, clown, that's a great one. Yeah, I had no idea what I was going with that. But no, I can't. It's so funny. But I think that's such a great idea, like, and you should definitely on your website and your Instagram put, like, a new package offer is, like, a ladies' night out. Like, that'd be so fun, or ladies' night. I don't know how you would word it. I'll think about it, but I'll get back to you. But it would be
Yeah.
so fun to do those kind of things. And it's like, okay, maybe you're even doing it after drop off. Maybe you have a lot of stay at home moms that the kids are in school, and it's like, okay, this is like a couple of hours that we have for ourselves. Like, let's get
Like a
coffee.
luncheon, like a lunch
Yeah.
type of thing, a makeup luncheon.
Yeah. Just to make
Yeah.
yourself feel like pretty. And it's not that you need makeup to feel pretty. Obviously, everybody's watching knows that I barely wear makeup. But every once in a while, it's like, I wish I could do something and make, just pop for one night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a really good idea. I should definitely look into doing that more
Do it.
so. Yeah.
Do it. And then I'm gonna come to Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm gonna bring everybody in my little car and be like, "Here we go."
Yes. Oh my God, please do. Come on down. I need
Yeah.
visitors. That's
I
fine.
love it. So you work with different skin tones, personality styles. What's your secret to helping every woman feel confident and beautiful in her own skin?
Think the main thing is listening to that client, whoever it is. Because some people sit in my chair and they want like full glam, right? Others want very natural, very feeling like it. They
Yeah.
just want to look themselves, but have a little makeup on. So it's really me tuning into what their needs are and what their wants. And just I think the major thing is just listening because I don't want to do something that like like even though I am the makeup artist and I maybe would say, I think I can give them my suggestion, like, hey,
Mhm.
you should do this. But if they like, let's say if I'm like, oh, you should do like a little wing, right? But if they're like, I never wear a wing, I don't want to wear a wing, then I take that off the plate. I'm just like I try to listen to what they want because I want them to feel like themselves, but just like a little bit more enhanced.
Yeah,
So I think for them to still feel like themselves, but a little bit, enhanced, that gives them that confidence.
for sure.
So yeah, I think it really depends on what all they want. So as a makeup artist, it's actually is very subjective
Yeah.
because what I think might look good that, they're like, no, I don't want that. I don't do contour or I don't do bronzer. I just do blush. Okay. I can make that work.
Yeah.
I definitely get different, different people, like different tones, just different wants of what they want their makeup to look like. So I just kind of hone in on, what they're looking for and I try to deliver that.
Yeah. It's so funny because like, have been in makeup chairs where twice you guys know the Mac Studios, how they used to have, like, you can go in
Yes.
there for a day and then you all of a sudden spend $600 on makeup because that's how much it costs. So, when I was younger, I remember I went in and I was like, "Okay, like, I have no idea what to do, just, like, do me up." And I remember I sat there and all of a sudden I looked in the mirror and I think at the time, very noticeable, thick, dark makeup was the
Yeah.
thing. And I remember going, "That's not gonna work." That's not like, from somebody who barely wears makeup to all of a sudden, like, I had dark brown and I have brown eyes for everybody listening, so, like, it's usually a go-to that they're putting brown on me. So it's, like, dark brown and these thick, like, eyeliner. I was like, "Okay, well, thank you. I know now what I don't want to look like." So it was so funny. I love, like, just trying new things, and it's just like with my hair. I remember I sat down recently with a hair at a hair salon and I was like, "Just what do you think? Like, you just do it." And she goes, "No." She's like, "No, I'm not
Good
just
no.
cutting your hair." She was like, "Because that has happened to me before and they hated it." She was like, "We're not doing that." She was like, "So we'll do like little by little and you tell me when to stop." She goes, "Because you think you want me to do this, but I promise you don't." And I just
Yes.
thought that was so, so funny.
Yeah.
So, what truly sets Amy's makeup artistry apart from any other makeup artist?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question, Brittany. I would say, I mean, I can't speak for other makeup artists, but I genuinely really like to get to know my clients,
Mhm.
just like who they are, or like my brides, like if they're sitting in my chair, I like to know like just about their story.
Yeah.
I think what I love about makeup is obviously the art itself is great, but I also just genuinely like people and I like to connect with them. So like if you're sitting in my chair more times than not, I'm asking you questions. I want to get to know you.
Mhm.
I want to get to know, like, especially, and yes, of course, when it comes to makeup, what your likes, what your dislikes are. I want you to be happy in my chair. You know what I mean? I have had experiences myself where I've sat in a chair and like the makeup artist does it. And like you said, like, you're just like, this is not what I want. And sometimes they're cold. They don't really like talk to you or,
Yeah.
I just felt like very like that cold, like cut off feeling. And I didn't want that for my clients. So I always like to hear their stories, how they met their fiance or like what are they most
I love
excited
that.
about dress look like. So I feel like again, I don't know if all the other makeup artists are like that. Maybe they are, but that's something I take pride in is just really getting to know my clients.
I love that. I mean, however many weddings I've been in, there was definitely the mix of the 2. One that's, like, talking to you up about your life, you're showing pictures of your kids, and then the other who doesn't say 2 words, and you're just, just sitting in a chair, and I definitely am a talker, so I love that connection of, talking to people. Oh, love that answer. What is your go-to product or tool that you cannot do a wedding without?
Ooh. Definitely my brushes. I mean, obviously, my different type of brushes, if I need, I have a brush for like the blush or like,
Mhm.
foundation. I feel like without those, I mean, I'm not using my hands. I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
splat the
Oh, you mean like me?
foundation on her
No.
face, you know? So I always, because I feel like the brush can really like it just enhances the makeup. But I also find I love lashes. Like I'm a lash girl. Not everybody's a lash person. And I'm not saying talking about spider,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like those, but I feel like, and I tell this to all my brides, I'm like, I just like a good lash. Like, even if it's natural, you just need something,
Yeah, to make it thicker.
yeah, just thicker or just even just a little like longer. It looks great in photos. People don't realize like it looks so good in photos because it's opening up your eye. It's making you just like look more alive, and
Love it.
excited. I would say lashes are my thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is so funny. I'm going to a wedding on Friday, and this conversation is making me want to go into like Ulta and be like, hello, can you do my makeup? And now I'm definitely going to ask for lashes.
You
Oh my
should.
gosh. We're talking, I'm like, oh, I don't remember how to do makeup. I should probably get something done for Friday. So you've probably seen it all, especially on wedding days. My goodness, the things, that are going on. Give us one behind the scenes story from a wedding day that you'll never forget.
God. Ooh, does it have to be like
No, it could be whatever you want.
bad, good? Like,
It could be whatever. Any story that you're like, "I will literally never forget this story."
I mean, I've had where okay, I've had one like mother-in-law that was a little picky.
Not a mother-in-law.
Yes, she was a little picky on her makeup, and she never really wears makeup.
Mhm.
So I said I always say that off the bat. I said, "Look, I know you don't wear a lot of makeup. No matter what I put on your face right now, you're gonna feel like it's too much because like any little thing you're gonna be." So anyway, I went very, very light. But literally, I think after that, she just like basically took everything off and then like took my brush at one point and just started doing it herself. That was a little bit of like a oh boy, okay.
Yeah.
I won't forget that one. That only happened once, and that was for this she was just very I could tell that was just like her she was controlling everything. She needed to control everything. So, you know, that was the one instance I felt like, okay. But most of my clients, just I mean, they've been great, you
Yeah.
know. I really don't have many complaints. I mean, always like if I do makeup, right? Because like I said, it's subjective.
Mhm.
So if there's something that they don't like or want, I'm, very easy to just fix it
Yeah.
so, but other than that, yeah, I would say that that's the one thing that I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah, and that kinda stuff kills me because it probably could have waited until you left. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't need to be, like, in front of you to clear off your face.
But you know what? I felt like that didn't even register to her. Like, she just was so in
Yeah.
her zone. Like, she wasn't trying to insult me. I really
Yeah.
truly don't think she was in try she just literally is like, "Oh, can I just take that?" And then she just, like, had the mirror and she was just going like this. She's like, "Yeah," and then she's like, "I gotta take I just don't like," and, like, I was so light with her eyes. I was like, "You basically" like, she looked like she barely had anything on her face at
Yeah.
all. So in my head, I'm like, I just wish like those type of people, if you're not a makeup person at all, then I would say just do your own makeup because
Yeah.
it makes why are you going to pay me that money to
Yeah, if
do
you're not gonna
that
be happy with it.
if you're not going to be happy? I want, like I said, I want my clients to be happy. So that if makeup is not your thing, because it's not everybody's thing,
Yeah, no, it's not.
then
I
I
have a lot of friends that will never get their makeup done. Like, I have a lot of friends who we've been in the same weddings, all the things, and they have never gotten their makeup done. They're like, "No, I'm good," because they know exactly what they like, and it's super light. Like, I don't even think they put foundation on. Like, it
yeah.
was super, super light. So, yeah, everybody definitely has their own whatever. I just love personally, I love seeing my face in different situations. Like even that dark, scary moment. I was like, okay, well, now I know, never do that. Like, like I just love trying different things out because you never know what you're going to see and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like I look like
I
this."
was younger too. I used to hate blush. Like blush was
Really?
oh my gosh, yes. My mom would be like, "You should put a little blush on." I'm like, "Mom, grandmothers wear blush. I'm not wearing blush." And now I can't like go without wearing blush every day. Like I have to wear something on my cheeks. Like
That
that's
is
just like
so funny.
yeah, it's
Oh my
weird.
gosh, speaking of that, I didn't put on blush today. I'm in this new tinted moisturizer saga. I don't know
Well,
if
your
you've seen
skin
it.
looks amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm in this new, like, moment in my life where I don't wanna put on foundation,
Mhm.
but I'm starting to show, like, you can start seeing wrinkles, and I'm like, "I need, like, something to kind of, like," you know? So, I've been doing this tinted moisturizer saga. It's been a whole big thing in my stories, but this is the Neutrogena one. I tried the Dermatology, and I broke out horrifically. It
Oh,
was terrible. Like, I was in high school. I was like, "What the heck is happening?" So, I've been using Neutrogena. I like it. I do wanna try there's 2 more that people recommended. The Laura Mercier, the light one, because apparently I used matte and that was too thick, and then the other one was Contour
okay.
or Counter? Counter?
Okay. I
I don't
think I
know.
know
I
you're
think it's like one of those. I don't know. Those are 2 that people recommended that I have not tried yet, but this Neutrogena one is super light. It's super easy. I've been wearing it every day, and
well,
it's
I was
been
gonna
fine.
say from here, I mean, your skin looks great, so
It's super, super light, but you could definitely, I don't have any blush on today, so that's or anything else. But yeah, no, that is the life that I'm living right now at 36. It's like I need tinted moisturizer that has, like, things that's not gonna make me wrinkle. That's what I need.
yeah. Yes.
My gosh. Okay, so for moms or creatives that are listening who are dreaming of turning their passion into a full-time hustle, what advice would you give them?
I would say, I would say just say yes to, like, the opportunities, even the free ones at first. Because you're building your trust, you're building your portfolio and confidence.
Mhm.
So, like, I know, like, the money will come eventually, but I think the relationships you're building and the word of mouth that you gain, to me, that's, like, priceless, especially when you're first starting out. So, I would say just, if there's an opportunity, just take it. And then, when I started out, I was doing some stuff for free just
Mhm.
because, well, A, I wanted to build my confidence and practice more. And then B, I wanted people to trust me and make sure I'm doing a good job. And like I said, word of mouth for me is huge. And so I think if they do that and just know that yes, the income will come, but you got to start somewhere. And
Yeah.
so yeah.
I think that's such good advice. I mean, even recently myself have been getting, everybody listens and they're even Amy right before here was like, "Oh, congratulations on everything." That does not mean that I don't get in my own head in these moments of how hard it is. Like it's not like every single day is roses and it's not. And I love that you just said that because even though you're talking to other people, you just spoke to me too because you're right. Like it's very easy to get stuck in this game of comparing of who you should be like. And you can't. You just have to stay in your lane and keep going. So thank you for that reminder for myself too, because I was definitely all in my head this morning. So looking ahead, what's next for Amy's Makeup Artistry? Are you dreaming about a team, maybe a product line, or maybe even teaching new artists?
Love down the road definitely to build a team. I feel like, with doing makeup, I think it's a collaboration, I
Hmm.
feel like, because especially in the wedding industry, there's times where like I have to do weddings and I need help.
Hmm.
I need an additional makeup artist to come with me. But I also just feel like I never think it's like a competition. I think
Yeah,
we're all just trying to grow. I think we're all, there's more than enough work, like out there.
100%.
So I think, people get in their minds like scarcity, like they're just scared that there's not going to be enough and like they're going to be not making enough and all that. But that's not true. I think it's always there. You just have to look for it. And I just find that I really just would like to build a team eventually. Like I do collaborate with other makeup artists and I just love that because I like the teamwork makes the dream work type of thing.
100%. It really honestly does. And like, that's what it's literally the message of the money hungry mama, right? Like, I have so many that are doing the same exact thing. And it's like collabing over competition. Like, you're in Knoxville. I had a makeup artist in New Jersey. You guys could absolutely be talking about different things of what you can both offer in your different states. That's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much I think there's so much room for all of us because there's so many people. Like, just think about your one neighborhood. You have like more than 100 people probably in your one neighborhood. How are you doing all of their makeup?
Right. Right.
Like, that would be
Exactly.
100 days if every single person came and said to you in your one, mile of a neighborhood, "Hey, I
Yeah.
want to get my makeup done." So I love that because it's not competition, it's collaboration. I think when we work together, we go further than when we're like, "Oh my gosh, no. I can't talk to you. You do the same exact thing as me. Like, no, but nobody is you. You're doing it different.
Right, and our skills are different, like, my strong suits are, like, different than another makeup artist.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all about just, like, let's work together, let's grow, you know?
100%. 100%. Now, my favorite question that I always ask, what does being a money hungry mama mean to you?
I think for me, it's staying driven and determined and just basically unafraid to go after opportunities that will provide for my family while still I'm pursuing something that I love.
Yeah,
So to me, it's about an ambition with purpose, I find.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And Amy, where can our listeners support you?
Well, I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Amy's AMYS_ makeup artistry. I also have a website, which I might have to I would have to look. I have a website, but I'll have to tell you or have you post it.
Yeah,
But
I
I
will
do have a
post
website.
everything. I love it. I will post everything in the show notes. Amy, thank you so much for being here today.
You. I appreciate it.